Howdy, Possum Patty here, and today I am working in my A Little Golden Book, Wonders of Nature, because I'd like to get this done. I started this probably a couple years ago, because I need something to do my spring nature journaling in. So come on along. Now, I showed this book yesterday in What's on My Desk Wednesday, and I decided to make a couple of changes. The first thing I'm doing is I think I'm going to take the original story and put it in intact so you could just read it the way it is. And then I'm going to add some signatures for journaling. So I don't know if I'll put it in the beginning or the end, or one in the beginning, one in the end, and put signatures in between. I put a pretty wide spine on this one. This is, was this 2.5? Let's see. Yeah, I did a 2.5 inch spine, so that's pretty big. I can hold a lot of signatures in there. And I noticed that my Tyvek that I used to reinforce the pages was not glued down very well. So the first thing I did was go through and glue down some of the looser spots. And then I decided when I reinforce the spine on these original Little Golden Book pages, I really made this too wide. This does not need to be that wide. I made these like 1.5 inches. And they probably only need to be like not even 1 inch wide. They're way too wide. So I went through, I couldn't change that because, you know, they're already there, but I did try to glue it down a little bit better. And because they're so wide, I decided to add color to some of them. And this page has a white background, so I left the white. And this page, there's a lot of yellow-green, spring green on this page, so I just did it that spring green page. Then I started getting fancier in other pages, so I went back and I put a little bit of a brown root here where that tree's going across. And this one I left white, again, because these are white backgrounds. So that blends in. This one, the reinforcement's on the other side, so I didn't have to do anything there. Here I use this sea foam. I'm using alcohol markers, and some of these are Spectrum Noir, and some of these are Premier by Nicole. So that's like a Michaels. I think these might be AC Moore. And then when I got down to the bottom, I actually took some colors and ran them across the brown, a little bit of green, and then I did a little bit of this coral on here. Got to be careful because if you hit the page, these pages are very thin and alcohol markers will go through to the other side. But look at that. I mean, that just blends in perfect down here. And I did that. I'm so proud of that. And then on this page, I did a sky color. I did a little dark blue for the top of the mountains. I put a little yellow. I did a little bit of the cactus on there. This is the one I went through, but that's okay. And then a little bit of the darker colors up there and up there. And then on this one, I did the branch right across there, a little bit of the tree there, the edge of the pond water. So I like the way it blends in much better now, instead of having that big strip of white. And that's as far as I've gotten. So see that they're like this. So I'm going to glue these little bits down. I got that one to go here. So I'm going to finish this up first. I can glue that down. And then I'm going to find some papers and decide how many signatures I want. But I've decided to keep the story intact because I love this nature story. And so I was going to separate them, but these two pages go together with the beaver in the pond. Or, you know what I could do? I could just put these in the middle. I could put these right in the middle, like a little story in the middle, and then put two big signatures for journaling in front and in the back. That might work. I think I'm going to do that. This is going to go right in the middle, and then I'm going to put a journaling signature here, and then I'm going to sew them in. But first, let me get back to what I was doing, which was not there. That one's done. Okay, I got to work on this right here. So this is a boring part. So I'll go ahead and do the gluing off camera, and all I am doing is trying to squeeze out the last drop of glue from this bottle. At some point this will be empty. This will be empty. Alright, I'm going to go off camera, see if I can get some glue out of here. How come when you put things away, there's always one thing that doesn't get put away? I mean, I put away all the markers, and I came back and I sat down, and there's a marker on the table. I wonder how long that's going to be there. Okay, I showed you the first one. The second one, this page had a white outline, so I just put a little green along the edge. And this page didn't have it. This page was like this. And I did extend here onto the Tyvek. This is a mailing envelope I used to reinforce, with the greens going across and the blues, and then blue. And then my green's a little bit yellower than that one, but that's okay. And some light blue down here. And then I painted this little bit of sand down here. Nothing on this side. And this one I left white because this page is white. I guess I could have done a little pink flower there. And this page also has a white border, so I just put a little blue onto the Tyvek there. And no Tyvek there, but over here, this page also has a little bit of a white border, so I just ran a little blue onto the Tyvek, and I did draw a little bit of the seaweed, so I drew this leaf to match these. Extended the seaweed out onto the Tyvek a little bit there. And nothing there. Well, this one has a white also, so I didn't put anything there. And that's it. So now I'm happy with this. And like I said, I'm going to put these right in the center. Two signatures in the center. And then put a signature in front and back. Okay, I am working on the signatures now, and I have a few sheets of this paper left. This was given to me in some happy mail by Heather C. I will link her channel below. Hi, Heather. And it's sort of an environmental, Earth Day, nature theme. And she said it's made from recycled something, like a plasticky kind of paper. But I made this big giant pocket across 2 pages with these wonderful quirky birds. I love quirky birds and beavers and squirrels and snails. And I don't know what this guy is. Looks like a bear. Bear giving a bear hug. And I kind of cut it out around the top of the character's head, and then just glued it to the back of this paper, which I had already used a piece of. So I added on a strip of another page to make it big enough. So I've got pocket there, pocket there, pocket there, pocket there. And this is another piece from that set. And when you fold a 12 by 12, the page is a little bit short for this. I like it to be about 6 1/4 or 6 1/2. So I folded this unevenly and then added this strip of paper and made that into a little tuck spot. So these are going to be in one signature. And I think this one's going in here. Environment, fresh air, trees. Added a piece of light brown. This is another paper from that pack she gave me. And I put in this brown that I had done this pocket with some pressed flowers and gold sparkles and Mod Podge. I think I put it was either a tissue or back of a napkin on there. Sewed it around, make a nice big pocket. This is part of that set that Heather gave me. Go Green Earth, perfect for this week, Earth Day. And then I took another piece of brown paper and I took some of this ribbon. Now I got this ribbon on Christmas clearance. I mean, it says $9.99, but if you wait, they have these for 70% off after Christmas. And if you get some, you know, like birch bark or some different themes, you can use them throughout the year, really. You know, as long as it doesn't have like Santa Claus on it or something. But if you get some nature theme ones or some barky ones, there's a lot of different ones you can get and use it at any time. So like I said, when you fold it, it's just a little bit short of where I want it to be compared to the pages that came with the book. So I folded the ribbon in half because it's very wide, and I stitched it, and so it's hanging out just a little bit like that. Just extends the page a little bit more. Plus makes a nice decorative edge on a piece of brown plain paper. I used a fancy stitch. It's supposed to look like flowers, but you know what? I did it in brown. It kind of looks like a line of ants climbing up the tree here, but that's okay. It's a nature journal. And let's see, what else am I going to put in here? This is one of the original pages that I started with, and this is learning how to read Braille. And this was in the bag, so I've been organizing all my things for the different journals in their separate bags. So I had put a bunch of nature things in this bag, stickers, magazine pictures, nature books, just a bunch of different stuff. And this was in the bag, and this is from my gnome book, but I finished my gnome journal. So I just glued the whole thing down right there because I just love this tree, just beautiful. And this looks like an elk over here. And I showed this yesterday, the other side of that. So I might add one more paper to this because I'm going to make 2 big signatures. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I thought this looked pretty. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I might add one more to this. I do have this one. Let's see. Or I could put this in the other one. Or I could put it in here. That would be 8. And that makes for a nice chunky signature. And so that's one of them. And this is the beginning for the other one. I've got this. Go in here. And I thought I had another page done somewhere. This is just a blank page. This is got like a linen texture feel to it. Maybe I'll put that in here. And let's see, I've got another one of these pages from the book Learning How to Read Braille. I could put that in there. And let's see, these pages are, oh, this is the same thing. I don't want to put another plain color one though. I thought I had one more page here. All right, let me go find another piece of paper. So I'm going to have 8 on each side. Well, I went digging over by the Christmas paper packs, and I had this one pack with photographic sort of paper in it. And I love these trees and this field of, look like buttercups. And this looks like a fawn or some kind of deer skin. Got a plain brown. Got grass and birch trees. So I might have to rethink what I was doing here. And I think I might go back and change some of this. And put in put in this birch here, and let's see, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could swap that out for that one, and then see on this one, maybe I can add an extra page. Let's see, this one has animals in the middle, so maybe I can put an animal for there next to that one. And maybe instead of all these white ones, I can do a grass next to where I have the flowers. I could do a flower one, or I could do a tree one. I can add a tree to the first one. And add some trees here. I'll do it this way. And then I have room for the buttercup on this one. Okay, I'm going to cut these down and show you what I did. Maybe I'll change my mind again, but that's okay. When you fold your papers to put them in a book, there is one way that the paper wants to fold and one way that the paper doesn't want to fold. So what you do is you take the two ends and you try to push them together, and there's not a lot of resistance there. And then you go this way, and you could feel there's a lot more resistance through here. So if you fold it this way, you're not going to get a nice smooth edge on your fold. So you want to fold it this way. So I think I will make this one 6.5. Too much junk on the table again. Okay, I'm going to make this one 6.5 and then a shorter side. So we'll have a longer side and a shorter side. I'm going to fold it there on that line. Now you should get a nice smooth fold this way. Feels good. And then I'm going to cut it size of this. You know, one side was ripped. One side was ripped. Huh, I guess I can't. Well, if I can't find it, then it doesn't matter. Maybe it was a different paper. Okay, so just going to mark this the size of the page. Like that. And cut it with my handy dandy slicer. Like that. And now see, I've got a bunch of these that I can use to make pockets and journaling cards and frames around, you know, pictures and stuff. So I'm going to save the scraps to use in the journal. I can cut out these little characters and use them. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I have my signatures ready. There's going to be a fat one, 2 skinny ones, and a fat one. So I have to decide how I'm going to sew them in. I chose this plaid because it reminded me of the colors on his plaid shirt. Oh, she's got pussy willows. It's a girl. She's got pigtails. On her plaid shirt. And I have a piece of cardboard in there, and I've reinforced it so these don't bend. And if you want to learn how to set up your little golden book so that when you put the pages back in, they fit perfectly and you don't have to bend them, I will link that video below because it's very easy to do. Pretty soon I'll do another little golden book from the beginning because I did buy a few to work on. Alright, so these are going to go like this. So I'll probably have these two sewn closer together because I'm not going to journal in them, so they're going to stay skinny. And then these two a little bit further apart, give them room to expand. So what I do is find a piece of scrap paper that's as big as this. Okay, I just measured this, and the spine is a little wider at the top than at the bottom because, you know, I measured twice and cut once, but it still doesn't come out straight. So it's possum straight, and that's straight enough. And what I did was try to figure out where I'm going to put the signature, so I folded it in the middle this way and this way. And then the two original signatures, they're going to be a 1/4 inch apart in the center. And then the two journaling signatures are going to be a 1/2 inch apart from them right there. So that should all fit pretty nicely. And even though I measured twice, it's probably still going to come out crooked. So we don't worry about that. It's a junk journal. So I clipped it down. I've got my pokey tool. And I have to poke enough holes. I'm just going to do a simple pamphlet stitch. And I think I will put the ties on the outside on this one. So right where those X's are, I'm poking it all the way through like that. If it doesn't come out perfectly straight, it's okay. And this third one here, some thick cardboard in the middle there. I think this is that heavy cardboard that comes on the back of a sketch pad. And Mr. Possum cut for me. Okay. So I marked the top there. And what should I sew in first? maybe I'll just start at the back and work towards the front. So this is the back signature. So the top is there, so that's going to be this first line of holes. And this is pretty thick with that plasticky paper. I think they're not all the same size, but I'm going to line them up on the bottom. Close enough. Got to get all the gullies, the alleys, whatever they call it, in the middle there. Whoops, I keep hitting the camera. Like that. So I made them even at the bottom, so they're not even at the top, but that's okay. Okay, this is in the middle, and then this is up 3 inches and down 3 inches. I didn't want to go too close to the top or bottom because, like I said, some of the pages are shorter than others. And let's see, got a little clip here. I might have to move one of these. How's that? I want the fold of this paper to be right in the corner there. Didn't I just do this yesterday? Alright, I'm only going to film this part once, because I think I just filmed yesterday working on my garden journal. Not my garden journal, my bumblebee summer journal. Yeah, so this is the same thing. This is the same. Trick is to get it to come out in the right place. That's good. Right in the middle. That's good. Okay, I'm not going to film the rest because I just did this yesterday. So I'll see you on the flip side. Well, that went just a little too smoothly. I did a green and blue to match the blue and the green and the darker blue. 4 signatures. We better go through here and check because I don't like the way it went too smoothly. Something has to be wrong. These are all tight and even, which is unusual. The first signature, I might put a pocket or something on the inside of this at some point. My first page with the quirky birds. Love the quirky birds. Got trees. Now, when I make a journal, I make my journals to journal in. So I don't like overdo each page, you know, but I may add belly bands and pockets and flips and those kind of things as I go along. So we have these plain pages, but they will get all done up. This is a page I made in the original book, which was, I think, 2 years ago. So you know what? If you want to do a thing, you have to do that thing to learn how to do that thing. And I've started a couple years ago. Had no idea what I was doing, but I just kept doing it. And now I think I'm getting a lot better at it. I used to really struggle on sewing the signatures and measuring and everything, but this went pretty smoothly, and so far, knock on wood, I'm hitting my head, it looks pretty good. And this is the first signature. Nice and tight. And now we have the book, and I decided to leave the whole story, and this is from 1957, the original story. Was renewed in 1985, and this was printed in 2010. 2010 this was printed, but the original was 1957, And it's all about, isn't it a wonder? And the children go through the woods and the forest and the beach and everything and make little nature observations. This is right now. Isn't it a wonder the way the woods know that spring is coming before the snow is gone, and the sleeping plants send up green shoots, and the tree buds swell and burst? And she's looking at little Jack in the Pulpits down here. And then there's a page about seeds and about life under the ocean. And the boys at the beach. And the boy in the desert, or a girl. Sorry, that's a girl. And the boy and the girl in the wetland. From the beaver's dam makes a wetland that all the other animals enjoy. And then the jungle, which we now call the rainforest. And up in the Arctic. And this one is about birds flying. They migrate thousands of miles away and they come back to the same area to nest every year. And same thing with salmon. They go out to the ocean and they come back to the same stream. Special spot to lay their eggs. And then it talks about fireflies lighting up and fish down at the bottom of the ocean. They light up too. That's bioluminescence. And this is wondering, we have the life cycle of the frog, the eggs, the tadpoles, and the frog, and the life cycle of the butterfly, caterpillar, chrysalis or cocoon, and moth or butterfly. And then this is about children grow up too and change. And this is my last signature. Got a tuck here. My buttercups, braille page. Got the deer fur pocket. Get all my critters in the middle. This did wrinkle a little bit, but that's okay. Fill it up with stuff. And a page that was done a couple years ago. More braille, more buttercups, leaves, grass, flowers, and I'll probably put something on the back page too. But when I do little golden books, I usually leave the covers the way they are. On this one, I might modify the inside pages though. All right, so there it is. It is together after a few years of sitting around. I have some headbands somewhere. I usually have headbands to put them together. I'll find one, put it on here. Few years, it is done and ready to nature journal. So in my next video, hopefully I'll come back and do a couple pages of nature journaling and get this started. So thanks for coming along today. And again, if you want to learn more about putting little golden books together the way that I do it, I will link the playlist and a few videos below. So happy junk journaling, happy nature journaling, happy little golden book journaling. Bye-bye.